Welcome back. Will Buys Bitcoin, episode 10. This one goes out to all of my socialist friends. You know, all the millennial buddies who are all socialists. You guys believe that capitalism is corrupt, capitalism is destructive. It's, the problem, the cause of all the world's problems. When, in my point of view, it's not capitalism itself, it is the central banking corruption of capitalism that is actually to blame. Let's try to think of some examples. Income. I've actually, already sort of touched on income in a few videos where under the inflationary system, you always have to strive for a greater and greater income to afford the basic stuff you need to survive, right? Rent is out of control, food prices, gas prices, anything. Capitalism has failed you. Well, I would argue that inflation has failed you because there's always a resistance to the increase of wages naturally by all these companies who are struggling to survive, because companies have to deal with the struggle of inflation as well. And we're under this system that has to constantly pay off the debts of the government that are always increasing. And because we're under an inflationary system, loans are massively encouraged. I think all of this is a product of the central banking system that is printing money for their own benefit at the detriment of normal people. I think Bitcoin is the solution. It doesn't bring in socialism, it brings in fixed capitalism. It repairs all these issues with capitalism. Another example, let's talk about landlords. I know all the socialists hate landlords, right? They hate the idea of all these investments in properties and homes that are taking houses off the market, all the crazy high rent prices and all this stuff. Bitcoin fixes that too, because right now, real estate is the ultimate investing vehicle, right? It's this big asset that you can take a loan out against, and loans are good because the value of the loan that you're paying back decreases over time because of inflation, right? So in 30 years, when you're paying back the last 3% of your mortgage, those dollars are worth less, right? So it's easier to pay back by the end of your loan, right? And the rents have gone up and everything else. So everybody, people are taking out these loans to buy these houses. They're renting them out, and it is the best way to secure your money. And I can understand how that can feel predatory to people who are struggling to pay their rents. But what if you lived in a system where real estate was no longer the ultimate investment vehicle? Right? What if you made real estate not a good investment vehicle? What if you had Bitcoin instead? Bitcoin, unlike real estate, has absolute scarcity, right? Houses are being created all the time. If people transfer their money from traditional assets that are under the pressure of debasement and move it into an asset that cannot be debased, that frees up housing supply. In fact, it frees up any object, any asset that is being heavily invested in that has, prices that are way higher than they should be. And it returns them to the value that they should be for everyday life. I think the magical sentence is the price of products will fall to the marginal cost of production. The price of goods will fall to the marginal cost of production. That's the magic sentence. What that means is that if you live in, proper capitalism, not crony capitalism, not corporatism, not central banking, if you have, real proper capitalism, then competition in the market will drive all prices of all, normal goods that we use every day down to the marginal cost of production, meaning if a house costs $100,000 to produce, is not going to sell for 300,000 anymore. It'll, because you don't have all these crazy investors running around, you'll be able to buy it for 105, right? And also the stock market, right? Socialists hate the stock market, right? It's this big dumb thing where everybody has to ape in and put all their savings into it because they're going to lose the value of their money if they're not investing in something, right? That's why we have all these index funds and all these 401ks and Roth IRAs investing in index funds, is because people are desperately trying to hold on to their purchasing power. What if you don't need that, right? What if you don't have inflation that's constantly punishing you for having money, for having savings? What if you didn't have that? What if you had Bitcoin instead? That's all.